Hey everybody, it's Super Awesome Gabe here from Window Ninjas. Did you know that I spent nearly 20 years inside someone else's franchise system? I built real revenue. I saved 7 of their failing locations. I was the person they called when everything was on fire. And in almost 2 decades, I learned 5 things about franchising that nobody on the franchisor side will ever tell you. Not in the sales presentation. You're not gonna find it in a discovery call. You're not gonna find it in that really fancy, shiny, glossy brochure with all the smiling faces on the cover. I'm gonna tell you all 5 of them right now, because if you are even thinking or contemplating about buying a franchise, you need to hear this before you sign anything, all right? Now, you guys ready? Let's go. All right, lesson 1. If there is no system, there is no franchise. There is just a brand. Now, all right, this is really, really key. And here's the number 1 thing that I learned in 20 years. Systems. Man, systems. You'll hear me talk about that 3 ways from sideways, man. Or more specifically, the complete absence of them, okay? When I had a problem, and in any business, problems are daily. Trust me, they are. I went to the franchisor for help. It's what most franchisees do, right? Hey, can you give me some help? Got a situation over here. Need to know how to handle it. Now, what did I get? Figure it out. That was the playbook. 3 words. Figure it out. If you hear that, that means there is no documented process, because we didn't have any, right? No operations manual worth opening. We had an operations manual. It wasn't worth opening. Not a step-by-step system for handling what I was facing, right? Now, imagine this. 3-story building. Ledge is so deep that you had to walk onto the ledge 4 feet just to get to the glass. And then there's a wall dividing you to get the next 3 to access, right? Figure it out. And we did. Then they got mad when we got a phone call because we were being too risky accessing the windows. And yes, trust me, you don't want to know what we were doing. But anyway, here's the lesson. A franchise is supposed to sell you a proven system. If the answer to your problem is figure it out, you did not buy a system. You bought a logo. And logos do not build businesses. Systems do, right? Now, lesson number 2. Support is not a phone number. It is a system that answers, okay? Now, let me tell you about support. Because every franchise company will tell you they have it, but very few of them actually do. Now, in the system that I was in, support had 2 speeds. Figure it out and call the customer and apologize. Okay. That was it, man. That was the entire support infrastructure. Customers upset, call and apologize. Operational problem, you guessed it, figure it out. Now, need marketing help? Figure it out. Need somebody to answer the phone when you're in the field? Figure it out. Yeah, I was running multiple locations off of an attitude of figure it out. Phones, figure it out. Hey, just forward the number to your cell phone. That works. Man, running ads, something like running Google AdWords and marketing and stuff like that, figure it out. What else? We were baking the cake, but we were also making the icing and developing the oven, right? That's a good example of what it was like. Now, there was no team over there, man. They had 1 person, no team underneath of them at all. No infrastructure, just 1 person who was already running the whole operation, all right? And he was the one that we were supposed to call when we were supposed to be, that we were figuring it out, right? When everything runs through one person, here's the thing, when everything runs through one person, that's not a system. It's a bottleneck, okay? And trust me, you know how bottlenecks work. It means you're gonna be waiting for a long time, right? Now, here's the third lesson you guys need to hear. Verify everything before you sign anything, man. Everything, trust me. Right? This is the one most important thing that I can tell you right now. If you are looking at any franchise system, verify, man. Okay? Do not take their word for it. Not at all. Do not fall in love with the pitch. Okay? Do not look at that slick discovery day and make you forget your due diligence, man. Don't do that, right? This is what you do before you sign anything. Number one, call other franchises. Not the ones that they hand you, but the ones that you just go find, okay? Ask them what support really looks like. Ask them what support looks like on a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Sunday, right? Because when something goes wrong, inevitably something's gonna go wrong, you're gonna wanna know how to handle it, right? Second thing you wanna do, ask to see the actual playbooks. You hear me talk about that all the time, man. Don't just tell them to give you marketing material. Tell them to show you the documented systems, right? Give you the playbooks. You want to look at them, right? If they hesitate, if they flinch, if they kind of get a little squirrely, man, that's going to tell you everything you need to know. You got to go, right? Third thing, ask to meet their vendors. Who handles their marketing? Who handles their operational support? Who answers the phone when you are out there in the field cleaning windows? If the answer to any of those questions is, we're still building that, man, you got to go. You got to walk away. Go find a new person, okay? Go find a new franchise. A great franchise system has nothing to hide. A great franchise system will show you absolutely everything. They will beg you to call their franchisees, man, because they already know what those franchisees are going to say, all right? Now, here's your fourth lesson. Accountability only runs one direction in a broken system. Here's something that I found over and over and over again when I was with those other guys. Every single owner felt the same way, like they were on a private island, alone, no lifeline, no rescue boat coming. And here is how accountability worked in that type of system. When a franchisee won, it was because of the franchisee. When a franchisee failed, it was also because of the franchisee. The franchisor never owned any of it. Oh, and when I went in, oh man, do you think those franchisors liked to see me? You think they were happy when I showed up? Yeah, they knew what was up, man. And the Zor never let them know I was coming in. Now, I'll be fair. I always am. Not every franchise failure is the franchisor's fault. Some people buy a franchise and they do not do the work, okay? And that is a real thing that I will not pretend otherwise, right? Because you do got to do the work. But when 7 locations are failing, that's not 7 bad franchisees, man. That's just a bad system. And here's the lesson. In a real franchise partnership, the franchisor wins when the franchisee wins. Period. That's the way it should be, okay? If your franchisor does not feel that way, man, you are not in a partnership. You are in a transaction, okay? Just think about that. And transactions do not build great businesses. Now, final lesson, 5. I think this is the final one. Follow the money. Always follow the money. Last one. All right, seriously. This is the one that most people forget to ask about. Before you sign any franchise agreement, and ask where the money goes, right? That's what you want to do. Now, not where they say where it goes, but where it actually goes, okay? You're going to pay royalties. You're going to pay marketing fees. The question is, what do you get back for that, right? You're spending that money, right? What are you getting for that, right? Ask them. Is there national advertising? I know you got a fund for it. Do you have a fund for it, right? Ask them those questions. And if the answer is yes, ask what it actually buys, right? Does it generate leads for the franchisee? Or does it build the brand for the franchisor. Big difference. Those are two totally different things, okay? Ask if there's a call center. Who's going to be answering your phone calls, man, right? Ask if there's documented operational systems, right? Where's that book, right? Ask if there is a team, an actual team behind the support promise. Hey, who's going to answer that phone when I have a problem, right? Because in the system I was in, man, there was none of that. We didn't have a call center. There was no documented system. There was no team. Just one person at the top of everything. One person at the top that everything actually ran through, right? And here's the lesson for you folks, guys. Your royalties should be buying infrastructure. If they're buying someone else a lifestyle, man, find a different franchise, right? Now, so there they are. 5 things I learned in 20 years that nobody on the franchisor side will ever tell you. No systems, no real support, no verification process, accountability only running one direction, and more money going places it should not go. I learned all of that the hard way. You don't have to. That's exactly why I built Window Ninjas, okay? The way I built it is so that we win and you win. But I want you to win first so that we can win second, right? A real sales center. Yeah, we got it. Call center. Agents out there answering the phone all day long. Documented systems. A team, not a person, behind every franchisee, right? If the franchisee's got a problem, man, they don't come to me. They got a person they got to go to. It ain't me, right? When you win, like I said, we win. That's not a slogan, man. It's not a branding pitch. It's how we operate every single day. We treat our employees that way. We treat our franchisees that way. We treat our customers the same way, okay? So if you're serious about finding the right franchise, drop franchise right into the comments today, or DM me directly the word franchise, and let's have a real conversation. Or, man, go above and beyond and go over to windowninja.com/franchising and see exactly what we built and why we built it, okay? Do me a favor, subscribe to this channel, because tomorrow we're going to go deep on the exterior service industry and why I believe it's one of the best opportunities in franchising right now. I'll see you then. Keep shining.